Hello YouTube, welcome to this intuitive stretch class. This is a recording from one of our live community classes, so if you would like to join the next one on Zoom, I will leave a link to that below. Otherwise, this is a 45-minute class where I empower you to move in a way that feels wonderful. So we're moving from our intuition, we're letting go of what it looks like, alignment, we're just beginning to flow and move in a way that feels really welcome in our body and really noticing where our body says yes please more. So I really hope you enjoy this one. If you do, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and make sure you have the bell on so you don't miss any free classes with me. Okay, let's get into it, and we're going to start standing today. So hop on up. And we're just going to start with a little bit of grounding here. So just maybe starting to sway side to side or forwards and back. Fan out your toes. If you're wearing shoes or socks, maybe you'd like to take them off at this point. Just give yourself a moment to feel into the ground. Maybe you'd like to keep your hands rested by your sides, or maybe you start to bring them onto the front of your body. And as you stand here today, how do you feel? Maybe there's something immediately that comes up. But then just start to scan for anything more subtle, whether that's physical, mental, emotional. And then start to draw your awareness down to your tummy, towards your gut. Noticing any messages or not from our gut feeling. And don't worry if nothing comes up. We can't force these things. We can't force our intuition to talk to us. Nice. Let's take a deep breath in, down into the belly. And sigh, relax your arms. And we're going to start with some neck rolls here. So just gently rolling the head around. So everything I offer is a suggestion. You can isolate the joints that we're working into, or you can make them full body experiences each time. So you decide. And see if we can move from a place of feeling rather than thinking. Good. If you're circling one way, go in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And then just beginning to slow that down and bring that to a stop. We're going to bring our awareness to our right elbow. We're just going to start by taking nice big circles with that right elbow. Beautiful. And then we're going to find some intuitive or irregular movements. So just begin to explore with where that right elbow wants to reach or can reach. And just let the rest of your body respond. So you can imagine that there's a paintbrush on that right elbow and you're painting something, or you're just listening to the pulls of where your body says yes to. Keep breathing. Keep listening. Awesome. We're going to transfer that to our left elbow. Let's just start with some simple circles, just getting used to that awareness. Lovely. And then take it in your own direction. Explore where your edges or your boundaries are, which one can be kind of flexed and moved a little, and which ones are just like, no, not this way today. Don't forget to breathe. Lovely. We're going to just gently bring that to a stop. Let's take a nice big inhale, stretch the arms out. And as you exhale, bringing the hands down onto our knees, bending at the knees, like so. We're going to take a standing cat-cow. Inhale to drop your belly, tip your tailbone up. Exhale to round. Lovely. Take that in your own pace. You can experiment with how wide you have the feet or how narrow you have the feet. Lovely, good. Next time you round, we're going to slowly roll up through the spine, come all the way up, shoulders up, back and down. Perfect. Let's shift the weight into the left foot, pick up the right knee, and then begin to make some circles with that right knee. So you can isolate that hip joint, keep it very upright, or if you really want to use the whole body, you can see how that might feel. Use a wall, use something that's near you to help you with balance. Beautiful, good. As you inhale next, let's bring that knee up into the chest. Let's give it a little hug. And keep your chest nice and proud. Nice big breath. And then as you exhale, sending that leg back, come to a high lunge. Let's have our hands on our hips. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, straighten up that front leg, folding forward any amount. Good. Inhale, bend into that front knee, bring yourself back up. Exhale. Take that a few more times with your own breath. And just go as far as feels good. So if just a little tip is enough for you today, perfect. For some of us, we might want a really deep bend and a really deep fold. One is not better than the other. Beautiful, good. Next time you come up to your high lunge, keep your legs as they are. So we've got a deep bend in that front knee, straight back leg. Inhale forwards, keeping that leg bent. Exhale back, and then just begin to explore with what feels intuitively good here. This is quite a deep back bend, and for some of us that might feel really welcome. As we shift the weight forwards, we really begin to switch on that left glute as you begin to load the weight onto it. Lovely. Come to a neutral high lunge position. Straighten up the front leg, drop the back heel. And then from here, we're going to tip into sort of like a triangle variation. So the left hand comes down that left leg, leaning the shoulders back, and then have a little bit of an explore here. Maybe you'd like to come up and down. You might bend into one knee, then straighten all the other. Just try a few movements that you wouldn't usually do in your triangle pose. We don't always get exactly what we need every time, but this is all a part of exploring and all a part of the practice. Lovely, good. We're going to bring ourselves back up. Take a big step to the top of the mat, shake out your legs if they need it after that. And then hands onto your hips, pick up your left knee, same thing, circles, big or small. Controlled or free, or both. Beautiful, good. Let's bring that knee up into the chest, give it a little squeeze. Big breath. And as you exhale, send that leg back. Find your high lunge. Good, breathing in. Breathing out, straightening the front leg, leaning forwards. Inhale, up and bend. Exhale, straighten and fold. Good, next time you come to your high lunge, keep the legs as they are and then just begin to explore with the upper body. So forwards and back. Stillness is also welcome. If your intuition is like, I just kind of want to hold this, that's cool too. Awesome, good. Next time you come to a more neutral place, we're going to straighten up that front leg, drop the back heel, coming into a sort of a variation of triangle. So the right hand slides down that right leg, leaning back, and then exploring here. So maybe with the legs, maybe with the arms. So you can go fast or slow, but just make sure it's considered. So we're not just kind of going through the motions. You want to feel every part of that movement. Does the body say yes? Does the body say no, thank you? Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to slowly come back up. Take a big step to the top edge of the mat. Shake out the legs if they need. Awesome. Welcome, Aisha. Thank you for joining. Cool. From here, we're going to take the big toes turned out to the sides. Nice, big, full breath. And as you exhale, bend your knees. We're going to come down into a squat. And this is your version of a squat. So hands can be on the floor. Hands can be at your heart. And we're going to take a little bit of an explore. So maybe it's side to side. Rocking forwards and back. Stillness. If you're using your hands or your elbows to kind of help push you a little deeper, just be mindful that we're doing it lovingly and we're not forcing our body into anything. Beautiful, good. From here, we're all going to bring our hands down. Take a breath, fill up the belly. And as you exhale, straighten up the legs any amount. Don't worry if you can't get them fully straight. Good, as you inhale, come back. Squat, exhale, bend and straighten. Lovely. Next time you come back into a squat, we're going to meet each other there. Sit the bottom down, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees butterfly out. We're going to take a little rocking sensation here. So as you inhale, leaning forwards, and as you exhale, rocking back. Any amount that feels good. If you'd like to take it off side to side, you can go on a little bit of a diagonal. It's quite nice for my back, so it might be nice for yours. Also using this practice not just to highlight where it feels really good, and maybe it highlights a little area of like tension or a knot, or maybe something that needs your awareness. That can also be really helpful as well. Maybe it's shining a light on an area that just needs a little more love, a little more attention. And I feel like intuitively you'll know if it's a release that you need, or maybe it's strengthening. Sometimes parts of our body we neglect because we don't like doing those exercises, or just kind of forgotten. Beautiful. Let's bring that to a stop. So bring yourself up to an upright position, closing up the knees. Don't know if I've left myself enough space here, but we'll try. We're going to drop our knees to the left. So knees drop to the left. And then we're going to come back either onto our hands for some of us, or maybe you come onto your forearms. And just notice how that feels. You can let your head drop back if that feels okay on your neck. Lovely. Staying onto your left forearm, the right arm is going to begin to explore. So maybe it's circles. Maybe reaching behind or overhead. Oh, you might have heard my back. Some really big clicks there. Lovely, good. And then we're going to slowly come back up. Pick up the knees and then drop them over to the right. So finding deer legs to the right. Let's come back onto the forearms or onto the hands if it's more comfortable. See if you can let your hips relax as much as you can. So there's internal and external rotation happening with those hips, so it's a lot. Okay, cool. And then keeping your right forearm down this time, the left arm begins to explore. Maybe with circles, maybe irregular movements. Lovely, and then slowly just bringing that to a stop and bring yourself all the way back up. Let's stretch out the legs in front. If your ankle's a bit of a roll, just let your body respond. Beautiful. From here, we're going to hug the right knee into the chest, and then we're going to hold on to it like cradling a baby, either like this or maybe like this, and just begin to explore into that right hip. Awesome, and then you're going to bring that right sole of foot somewhere down the inner seam of your left leg. Bring your left hand just by your left hip, and then the right arm reaches up. So a nice big reach, and then as you exhale next, you're going to reach somewhere down the outer part of your straight leg. So maybe some of us will catch the outside edge of the foot, maybe the ankle. Begin to explore into that stretch. You can close your eyes if you want. Lovely. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Stretching out the right leg. And then same with the left. So left knee in. We give it a little hug, we give it a little rock. Try a few things that feel welcome. Good, and then we're going to bring the sole of the foot somewhere down that inner seam. Right hand just by the side to keep us propped up. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, reach for the outside of that leg somewhere. You can explore whether going higher or lower. Sometimes just by changing the depth of the breath can change the pose. Nice. One more big breath. Exhale. Good. Slowly coming back up. Stretch out that left leg. Good. Bringing the feet flat onto the mat. Hands, let's have the fingers pointing behind actually. Soft bend in your elbow, particularly you have the tendency to lock out the elbows. So soft bend in the elbows, lift the chest. And then option to slide the bottom away from your hands. And just notice how that feels in the chest, the front of the shoulder. You can explore here with lifting the bum or rocking the hip side to side. But again, don't force anything, just see what is available today. Glorious, good. Let's all scoot our bum back. Release the hands. If you need to bend your elbows, roll out your wrists, anything like that, if that was a lot for your wrists, go for it. Cool, so I thought we'd do a little bit of kind kind of like a Pilates roll up core work today. So let's bring the feet out in front, about hip width. Flex your feet. We want nice strong feet. Reaching the hands forwards. Just make sure you've got enough mat behind you. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, draw your belly in, tuck your tailbone under, and we're going to slowly, slowly roll all the way back. Good. Hands overhead. Take a big breath in. Exhale, chin to chest, slowly roll up. Take a nice big breath to reach at the top. And as you exhale, rounding forwards any amount. Good. Inhale, reaching the arms out. Exhale, rolling down. Empty, empty, empty. Arms overhead, nice big breath. Exhale, chin to chest, control it up. When you get to the top, inhale, reach up. Exhale, rounding forwards. Good. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, lower. Arms overhead, nice big breath. Last one. Exhale, roll up. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold, and we're going to hold it here. You can just let your head go. You can catch whatever feels most comfortable to catch today with your hands. So all of the next poses are on the floor, and we're just going to start to wind it down before we come to stillness. So the movements are going to get a little smaller than what we've done. Okay, so inhale, slowly come up. And as you exhale, curling back down. All the way down. Well done. Bending the knees. Feet flat. You can have your hands either side of your hips, and then as you inhale, press the hips in towards the ceiling. Option just to hold this if this is really like doing it for you, stay where you are. Or if you want to have a little bit of an explore, maybe you drop the right hip and then pick it back up, and the left hip and pick it back up. Maybe it's kind of a snaky, like a cat-cow motion. Those hip drops from side to side really feel amazing on my lower back, so it might be worth a try. Lovely. Good, and then we're going to slowly bring that down. Just let your lower back be heavy for a moment. We're going to take another bridge, but focusing on the chest area this time. So as you inhale, press into hands, press into feet, lift bum, lift chest. Interlace your fingers behind your back. See if you can nudge your shoulders underneath you. Beautiful. And then press your outer forearms, your outer wrists into the floor. Breathing in space to your rib cage. Lovely. Deep breath in. Exhale that slowly, slowly lower down. Well done. Take a little swipe of the knees side to side, side to side. Options with this next one, you can do it with the knee bent or the leg straight. We can try both if you want. So we're either going to bring the right knee or the right leg in. And we're just going to encourage some circles with the hands. So We did this one standing with the knee bent, but this time you're just letting the hands guide you. So leg straight or knee bent. Notice how that feels on the back of your hip, as well as into the ball and socket joint. Beautiful. Circle the opposite way if you're going in one direction. Beautiful, good. And then bending into that knee if it's not there already to place that right foot down. We're going to do the same on the left. So circles using the knee or straight leg. Change in direction. Beautiful, good. And then lowering that foot down. Let's bring both knees into the chest. We're going to take some twists here. So arms into cactus or a T shape if you've got enough space. Allow the knees to drop over to one side, nice and heavy. Just allowing gravity to take over now. Good, as you inhale, bring the knees through center and then let them just topple the opposite way. Good, as you inhale, bring the legs through center. Another little squeeze, and then let's go for a happy baby. So maybe you grab the back of the knees, maybe the calves or the ankles, toes or your feet. And then just like a happy baby would, what feels good here? Maybe it's moving the feet forwards and back, open and closed. Listening to the hips, but also being quite intent with your lower back here. You might just get a nice little massage somewhere. Lovely, deep breath in. And whenever you feel ready, exhale, release. Let's have the feet as wide as our mat and let the knees drop in just for now. You can rest your hands by your side or on your belly. We're just going to let your head be really heavy. So bring your awareness to the back of your head. Really notice that heaviness, and then we're just going to gently move the nose from side to side, massaging the back of the head. The heavier that you can make your head, the more pressure you get through that massage side to side. Closing down the eyes if you haven't done so already. And then just gently bringing that rocking to a natural stop. Allowing your body to fully rest now. If you'd like to stretch out your arms or stretch out your legs. Take a nice big, full, intentional breath in. And let it slip out through the mouth. And again, nice big intentional breath. And letting it slip away. Allowing the body to fall back. Releasing all effort, all control. Surrendering completely to the earth for just 2 minutes. Stillness here, nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. Completely at ease. If you want to stay here for longer, please do. Otherwise, just inviting a deeper breath in, longer breath out. Feeling your body expanding into the space with each breath. And then in your own way, just start to move into the space around you. Maybe that's through the hands and the feet. Maybe starting to reach a little more with the arms and the legs. option to take a nice big long stretch, maybe a yawn. And then move in nice and slow, eyes closed or half closed, coming up to find a comfortable seat, sitting absolutely however you like. Resting your hands in your lap or on your knees. Just give yourself this moment to notice how that intuitive stretch felt for you today. Maybe just feeling a little stronger connection between mind and body now. When you feel ready, bring your hands together at heart center. Bow your head down towards yourself and truly and deeply thank yourself for carving out the time today for some intuitive movement. Thank you all so much for joining me for this one. When you feel ready, open the eyes, let the light back in, and have a beautiful rest of your Friday. Have a beautiful weekend.